Welcome back to a video here at Euphoric Sports, and we're here to talk about the Boston Celtics. I got the stats up right here because Boston has now lost 4 Eastern Conference Finals and an NBA Finals with this core of Jason Tatum, Marcus Smart, Al Horford, and Jaylen Brown. Ever since 2018, they've came close, and they have been one of the best losers I've ever seen. 2018 knocked out by LeBron. That was the beginning. 2019, Milwaukee. 2020, Miami. 2021, Warriors. And now it's Miami. And this team needs a change. And Jaylen Brown, has 1 year left. Many people are suggesting he should get traded and he shouldn't get a max contract from Boston because he was a letdown this year in the playoffs. Jason Tatum in Game 7 right away in the first minute gets a little twisted on the ankle. He's not really the same player. He's limping the whole game. It's really hard for him to move, and you'd think Jaylen Brown is about to step up for the team, and then he does not. Absolute blowout. Miami's in the finals, but everyone is suggesting it's Jaylen Brown's fault. But I'm here to tell you that the change that needs to happen is not Jaylen Brown, but it indeed is the closer for the Boston Celtics. I've never understood this, and throughout the years, I'm seeing the same player when it's all come down to the wire, who is the leader, you can say, because it's not Jason Tatum. It's not Jaylen Brown, all right? These two players actually look up to the player I'm going to mention, who I believe is a problem, needs to be traded in my eyes, and, there's tons of trade packages. A lot of people would like this player because he is a former defensive player of the year, and that is Marcus Smart. Let's check a look at these stats. Celtics fourth quarter stats in the 2023 playoffs. Field goal percentage, I have it right here all organized for you guys. Marcus Smart has been taking out all these shots, all the clutch shots, and I've had a problem with it because Jason Tatum, in my eyes, should be the guy. Look at that. He's over here on 44.7, which is not bad in the fourth quarter. That's actually quite decent. The only guy that, plays heavy minutes above him is Derek White and Al Horford, but that could be also due to the fact that they don't take as many shots as, Tatum. But for some reason, all the way at the bottom over here, you got Marcus Smart, field goal, 38.6. He's taking all these clutch shots, and you might be thinking, no, it's Tatum. No, it actually isn't. Marcus Smart, look at Game 6. Who's taking, season on the line, you're down 3-2. Who's taking the 3 to try and, win the game? Marcus Smart, and it's a bad 3. Catch and shoot, unbalanced 3. Lucky Derek White was there for the rebound. And look at that. Derek White at 53.6. I would rather have Derek White, Al Horford, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown all shoot a 2 or any type of shot over Marcus Smart. And that's just field goal percentage in the fourth quarter. And then if you check the 3-point, because, he did take a 3-point shot right there, you got... Okay, these two, they play like garbage minutes. But you got Al Horford, 43.8. Derek White here. Jason Tatum, Grant Williams, Malcolm Brogdon, Jaylen Brown, and then it's Marcus Smart. He's taking the clutch 3. Season on the line. Everything on the line. And Marcus Smart is taking it. I believe Marcus Smart needs to be traded because Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, they both look at Marcus Smart as the leader, as the closer. When Marcus Smart is great defensively, he's good at drawing fouls. It's considered flopping by me. But, it is useful when you got a guy who can, bring in some fouls and get you guys some calls. It doesn't hurt to get a guy like that. Obviously, next year there's possibly going to be, if he gets caught flopping, there's going to be free throws now and technicals. So that could be a problem. And, even more, reason to trade Marcus Smart. But this guy cannot be the closer. Jason Tatum, who's compared to Kobe and Kevin Durant on his play style, he should be closing out games because those two guys are known to be the closers. Kevin Durant closes out games, Look at Game 7 against Milwaukee. He's doing a fadeaway spin 3, and then it ended up being a 2. But he's closing out the game. Kobe Bryant, come on. He's the closer. This guy takes the last shot no matter what. He doesn't care how he's shooting it. And now we got Jason Tatum letting Marcus Smart tell him, nah, I'm taking this shot. And then the coach as well. Mazzulla out here calling out a play for Marcus Smart to take the finishing 3. Look at the percentages. This year in the playoffs, he isn't even shooting 20%. 18.8. That is pathetic. I can shoot better than 18.8 percentage in threes in the fourth quarter. Just give me two threes. I'll make one. But Marcus Smart out here, 18.8. Game on the line. You need at least a point, right, to survive and go to game 7 back to Boston, and you give it to Marcus Smart. You got lucky with, Derek White getting that rebound and laying it up with like zero point 0.1 seconds. He literally did it with like the last, like not even a second left, like a 0.1 second left, and he barely gets it off. Marcus Smart, that was a pathetic three. And I would play it, but then, I don't want to get in trouble by YouTube. But that was a pathetic three. So let's compare Marcus Smart and the guy who I think should be closing out games. Here we go. It's in his career. We're going to go career-wise first. In the fourth quarter, in the playoffs, I'm going playoffs only, he is shooting field goal percentage 38.6, which isn't bad considering his offensive role throughout the game. But in the fourth quarter, man, 38.6. You don't want that being your closer. That's a good role player, but not your closer. 29.6. Jeez, 29.6. And if you consider he's a defensive player, he's known for his defense, not his offense. You're like, all right, I get it. That's not bad. That's not horrible. This guy's probably your fourth, fifth option, which he is, but he's taking the clutch three for some reason. Now, you look at Jason Tatum, who outweighs him in every possible offensive stat, 43.1% and 35.9 in threes. Why is he not closing out games? This is his career. If we just check this year, you're going to laugh. And we did kind of check them out. But if we compare them stat by stat here in the percentages, 38.6. Jason Tatum, right here in field goal, 44.7. 18.8 in threes. 18.8. 18.8, man. And then you got 33.3. And he's attempts, right? 1.9 he's averaging in the fourth. 1.6. That's when he's closing out games. He's 0.3 less than Jason Tatum. And he's shooting at an 18.8. You're telling me Boston couldn't have used, maybe giving Derek White, Al Horford, Jason Tatum, not Jaylen Brown this year, to be honest. He was kind of bad. But, I would rather have Jaylen Brown shooting a 3 in the fourth quarter than a guy shooting 18.8. And especially with season on the line. Man, the Boston Celtics, team, should be ashamed of themselves that they even let him attempt that 3. You understand? I think you would have a better chance getting Pritchard out there to shoot the 3 of making it than Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart, if I want someone defending, let's say Jimmy Butler was down 1 point, 3 seconds left. I'll put Marcus Smart on him. Yeah, that's a decent call. Former Defensive Player of the Year. But if you're going to do it the other way around, where maybe Jimmy Butler's guarding Marcus Smart and Marcus Smart is getting the 3, no, I'm not doing that. I'm giving it to Tatum, ISO, elsewhere, or pull up 3, I don't care. Any other thing, but Marcus Smart shooting it was suicide, and they were so lucky to be there in Game 7, and then the way they got blown out as well was absolutely sad, because they were playing with house money. They weren't even supposed to be there. You're not even supposed to be there. You're bound to make history. You should have played out of your minds with nothing to lose. Instead, Miami looked like the team with nothing to lose and played out of their minds. You had Caleb Martin woke up like Michael Jordan. Meanwhile, Marcus Smart thought he was, Kobe Bryant, when, the guy who's actually compared to Kobe Bryant is not taking the clutch 3. It's just unbelievable to me. And obviously, in hindsight, it doesn't really matter because the Boston Celtics end up getting to Game 7 no matter what. But my problem is, many times throughout the playoffs, Marcus Smart is shooting the clutch 3, and he's the closer for some reason. Jason Tatum should be it, and Marcus Smart won't just give that up. He will not let Jason Tatum just shoot the clutch 3s. He wants to take them because he feels as if he is the leader of the team, which is just, it's just bad for Jason Tatum. And I don't believe Jaylen Brown's that much of the problem. I do believe his productivity in the playoffs needs to be better, and I think it will be better if he leaves or stays with the Boston Celtics. But Marcus Smart, it's time to go. The trade that I would probably propose is try to get Marcus Smart to Indiana for Buddy Hield, and if you could get anything else, that'd be nice. But if you replace Buddy Hield who is one of the best three-point shooters in the league, who I have no idea why no team that is in need of a three-point shooter, and he's a decent defender as well, has not looked into trading for Buddy Hield, who's on the Indiana Pacers, who will not be, contending for a championship anytime soon. He just wasted a season at the Pacers. Boston, send Marcus Smart to Indiana. He could be the leader there. Who cares, right? And you get yourself a guy who's just going to be 3-and-D, a great three-point, shooter, and Jason Tatum could finally lead this team. Get the problem away. Marcus Smart, get him gone, and get Buddy Hield. And if you're wondering, man, we're going to need a point guard, man, Derek White can run point. Malcolm Brogdon can run point. You got two guys there who I prefer running point than Marcus Smart. So, get him out. That's the only thing I could say. That's really the only problem. Boston has the big man who can get you rebounds in Robert Williams. They've got the experienced Al Horford who can get you rebounds, get you clutch buckets, play out of his mind in the playoffs. This guy aged like wine. I'll respect him for that. They got Grant Williams, their enforcer. He can get rebounds. He can defend. He can shoot threes. You got your 1-2 punch offensively in Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. And then you've got guys who can get their own shot, run the point, and Malcolm Brogdon and Derek White, who have shown their clutch. Brogdon was kind of not that good, but he's playing off an injury. And, this team has everything. Depth, coaching, everything. But, I should even take back coaching right now. But he, first year in, gets to Game 7 in the Eastern Conference Finals. I give him his respect. But Marcus Smart, letting him shoot those threes, terrible decisions. Terrible. But anyways, leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this. And make sure to leave a comment down below on what you think Marcus Smart's role will be for the Celtics. And if I'm right, because I think he should go. I genuinely think he should go. And if you really agree that this guy isn't the problem, then I don't know what to tell you. Because he's shooting clutch threes at 18.8%. That's the dumbest logic I've ever seen in my life. In my life.